Good morning, guys. Hope you're doing well. We had quite a shift on the 24-hour, and that's helped push the big picture across the neutral level into positive territory. If this box here is positive, it tells us that the herd, the dumb money in speech marks, they're net long. So the crowd are net long on indices on a weekly average. So it's a strong metric. And now what should normally happen is that price is going to fall to punish those guys, but we've got a quiet calendar today, and also you can maybe argue the price action has punished them quite a bit. And you've got to remember this is a weekly average as well, so while it's a strong level, we do see a bit of fluctuation and whenever we cross above zero. Alright, so it's not like absolutely guaranteed that the indices are going to fall. It's just telling us on a weekly average that they're now long. Okay, so it's quite a strong one. The technicals really dumped. Out of 100, they've got a 16 score, and we can see, the indices fell, VIX pumped, the Treasury yield fell, which doesn't really make much sense, but it did, and then the Dixie remained unchanged. So that's something that's lying there between the Treasury yields and the dollar. So I think we're probably going to see something materialise today due to it being a light economic calendar. We might see something actually come of this where one of them is going to be lying, and I think it's possibly the dollar, possibly, and that's going to fall with the Treasury yields. But I could be wrong. But it's interesting that the correlation broke down on Friday, and so I guess we'll have to wait and see. So keep an eye on the dollar. It might be indicating a little bit of that it's being softened or sedated in order for risk to pump. So that's a potential scenario because the dollar is a bit of a wrecking ball with risk appetite. So keep an eye on the USD, the Dixie today. And if we do have a situation where it gets sedated and it really falls, it's going to help with risk appetite. Okay, QDB scores, we'll reset this. And we can see what the strongest one is today. Oh wow, okay. So the ADR for UJ is 0.58%. We've only moved 0.05%. The weakest is Aussie USD. Yeah, they're really long Aussie. They're really long Kiwi as well. But what I've done now with gold is that I've shifted it at the bottom because it doesn't have a scoring system, because we don't have the data for live price, okay, and we don't have the pivot data, so it's always going to be found at the bottom. But we can see the sentiment shifting and the targets, and the change in percentage as well in the sentiment. So Aussie, Kiwi, bit weak, and we've got dollar strong. All right, so we can show you the indices in gold. This is gold. I did some analysis in Discord. We're looking at the MVP, which is an FX SSI indicator, and I think it's going to come down to take the stop. Sorry, to go up to take the stop, and which is there, and then down 1962 to take that stop, and then we'll bounce. And you see that the MVP line is edging higher over time. So up to take it, down to take the stop loss cluster. It will hit this MVP, which I might better show you actually. Yeah, so up, down, which I guess would be about what's that? Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow morning. So up, and then tomorrow morning take the stop loss cluster, where it'll then hit the MVP, which is your derivative. So that's the median volume positions. And it's going to have like a double confluence with taking the liquidity and support from the MVP. So up, down, about 1 o'clock tomorrow, potentially. Yeah, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, so UK time. So that's what I think might happen. Looks likely, probably likely, support, pump, and then it's going to be 2000 probe. Well, I think that's going to possibly be likely, isn't it? So dun dun dun, like that. Back to gold, and yeah, so they've gone long. So we've got a bit of supply. However, they might sell it. So if they sell it, we're going to, we're going to come and get that stop loss cluster above. So that's what I think is going to happen. Very cruel, very nasty, but like that's trading. So got to be very careful and know your exits. DAX. Now it was looking like it's making a buy, risky buy, shall I say. So we want those two lines to overlap. If they continue to sell, then I think this is going to be the bottom, and then we might see a channel break here, but they will need to continue to sell. That's really key. And US 30. And any likes and subscribes would be cool on the videos. That would really help getting me discovered on YouTube and the algorithm. So there's the buy on US 30. So we can create a box there. All right. Hopefully that would be a buy pending that they continue to sell. If they go sideways, then it might come down, because it will need to punish them out. They can't be going long. They have to be selling. All right. So let's draw a box. We can come back to it tomorrow. And there we go. So a little bit in congestion. So ideally, we'd they'd sell it, and then that'll become S&P, done DAX. Did we do DAX? We did. Yeah, we did DAX. So they sold. They went long. So we got a box here. This is the power speech, I think. So it's created a bit of chaos. This is the box here. Right. Okay. So. Right. So that's going to be an interesting level. It will inevitably come up to that box if they sell, but that's a big if. Right, so this is where you want to get a copy of the sentiment or of the trading station or anything. I think IG have got their own platform. You could use theirs. Just keep an eye on what they're going to do. If they sell, up will come to resistance. Okay, then we'll look at the robot. And -38 £38, which is pretty much where we were on Friday. We did have a couple of losses. But we will need, as you might be able to see, we need a softer USD, and that's going to really help our situation. And these are fairly risk on, these EA trades, so we'd need the Dixie to fall, and then it might help lift risk appetite. So I guess really the nutshell today is to keep an eye on the Dixie, keep an eye on USD and USD crosses, and with any luck this is going to go into profit, and it'll be really nice. Then we can start a clean slate as well. And we've got a new condition on the robot where we don't open up any trades if the VIX is above 20, because it creates lots of fluctuation, and it's pretty chaotic. And when the VIX is above 20, it's like panic basically. So we want that a bit lower, and then it will start triggering trades. So that's the condition for no-go, is that we've got high VIX. It's not interested in opening up any trades. So we'll have to see how we go, and let's see if we get a weaker USD. We might not, so you just got to be careful. So I'll speak to you guys soon. I wholeheartedly recommend fxsi.com and their indicators for MetaTrader 4 and 5. It's a 7-day free trial, so do have a look. There's no credit card required. You might be lacking in some sentiment awareness, analysis, and it does complement technical and fundamentals very well. Especially if you're very technical, you could be missing out on some sentiment, or if you're particularly fundamental, you could be missing out on some sentiment. This is like a sweet zone. It complements both, and it gives you a very strong bias about direction as well. So technicals are great for direction, fundamentals are great for direction, but the sentiment sits in between. Okay, and so perhaps if you're missing out on some sentiment awareness, these are the best indicators in existence in the world for that. And then you can have a look at this. You've got a 7-day free trial, and you've got your order book, and you've got your indicators, including the ratios, which are amazing. Just look at my videos on my YouTube channel, and you can see how powerful the ratios are. And you can have a look. Just take your time. You've got 7 days to trial them, and if you don't like them, then that's fair enough. You don't have to renew, but we do have a code if you want to, and it's just the QDB code, and it gives you a 10% discount, and that's it. So have a look, see what you think, and like I said, it's a 7-day trial, so you don't have to renew, but I think you'll probably find you will renew afterwards, because the order book and the ratios and the stop loss clusters as well are amazing. The stop loss clusters are great because you know where to target. Okay, so that's where you take profit. where people get stopped out. Okay, and that's it. So just a quick plug for the fxside.com, and enjoy your day.